Hi, I'm Miriam Joy and welcome to my studio. I wanted to show you how to add some dimension to your Easter eggs using QuikWood, and we're just going to do a real fun little area of the gourd so that you can have real fun Easter eggs for the Easter season. The first thing we're going to do is to base coat your egg, and you don't even have to use acrylic paint. If you wanted to dye it some other way, however you wanted to do it is fine. I actually think this color is a little bit darker. I would like a little bit lighter purple on what I have chosen. You also could put a little light coat of varnish on it so that the lines and everything would remove a little bit easier to keep your paint intact. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our flower on there. For that little flower, I went over to the cake section and I picked this up at Walmart. It is a Wilton and it is a bird and flower one, and I like this one a lot because I use the flowers in it quite a bit. So we're going to use that little mold. Now first, always when we're working with QuikWood, remove your rings. So we're going to take those all off, because remember it dries rock hard, and we're going to take our QuikWood. Now if you haven't watched any of the QuikWood videos, I encourage you to do that because I go over a lot of details that we're not going to get into today. But always open your instruction up and look at, there is some different chemicals in this, and follow their instructions. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray my hands, wipe my hands, wipe my scissors because I'm going to cut the QuikWood with that. And also you want to spray your mold so it doesn't stick in the mold, and then wipe it off the top because you don't want the oil on the top part of it so it'll stick straight to your project. Now this is just a little tiny piece, so it's not going to take a lot to do this. Put that little piece back on your QuikWood and save that for later. And also don't forget there's a little plastic piece on here. We have to have that off, otherwise it is going to get stuck in your clay and you're going to wonder what's wrong with your clay. Now this dries in about 20 to 25 minutes workable time. It's rock hard in an hour, and we're not even going to add any color to this. I'll show you how we're going to color it instead. So by blending it together, you're actually activating it, and we're going to just simply take it and put it into our mold. And I tried to cut such a tiny piece off, and I still have extra. You don't want it where it comes over the top of that mold. You want it flush with that mold. It's real important to do that. And another thing is, if you're working with these molds and you're at home, you can cut these into individual pieces so that you don't have to use this whole thing. I just travel so much, I don't want to cut them because then I can't find them as easy for me. So we're going to put this onto our egg. I'm going to try to rub it on here and see if it'll do it. Sometimes it will. And actually what I'm going to do with this one, if you can do it like that, just put it right on like that. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. I'm just going to pop it out and pick it up and put it on that way. And we're going to put it onto our gourd. If you can rub it on and don't have to do this, it is kind of nicer. But push it just a little bit onto your design. You don't want to take away the form of it or leave your fingerprints in it as much. So try not to do that as well. Now I'm going to take my embossing powders or my shimmer powders, and we're going to add the color to this flower. Now we're starting to carry some of the Perfect Pearls embossing powders, so Hopefully we'll continue to get more and more of those because I use this so much. But I didn't dip it straight from here. I pounced it off in the lid. And then I'm just going to make this flower pink just by doing this. We're just putting it on. And I'm not going to do the middle, and the reason I'm not going to do the middle is I want to do yellow in the middle. So I'm coming all the way around with that. Now I like to bring some of this around the sides and just add some shine. If you don't want that shine there, just wipe that part off and you don't need to have that. But I think a little bit of it is fun. You also could do it with your gold as well. Now I'm going to come back in and I'm going to put yellow in the center of it. And it's going to bring our flower to life. Isn't that cool? You're not coloring that at all. You're just bringing that in there and adding a lot to that. Now the next thing I like to do is I like to add a little bit of gold highlight to it on the flower itself. It just seems to help. So we're just going to come in here and I'm just going to add, it gives it a shine, kind of like a reflection light. So there, we have our flower on. Now if you wanted to put the leaves on it or whatever you wanted to do, that is fine. But what we're going to do right now is I'm going to use my mini toppers, and I'm taking the second one from the middle, and I'm going to make a circle around that flower. And I didn't put it on first. You could. I like to put my flower on because the egg's a little bit different shape than normal, and this way you can just come in and put that circle after you have decided where that shape is. Okay. Now I'm going to put my Crayolas into my melting pots. Today I'm going to use yellow green, carnation pink, and dandelion. And I'm not going to go into the process of wax design if you haven't worked with it before, because we're trying to keep these videos shorter. So go over to my website, which is miriamjoy.com, and I have a great teaching DVD on there that tells you all about how to do the basics. These are just fun little videos to help you have new fun little projects with the wax design. And all of these were found in the 24 pack. So you don't have to purchase an expensive box of crayons to do that. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use the number 0 tool, the large end, to do my little design on this gourd. And I'm going to put it in to warm up for just a second. And I'm going to step away and grab a paper towel. It's the nice thing about videotaping. I can get up and walk away. And also the spray that I used is vegetable spray or Pam, any of the generic ones. I wouldn't use butter flavor or garlic flavor. I think that would get a little bit smelly, but whatever you have at home is fine to use. Okay, make sure you get that nice and warmed up so that nothing is sticking to your tool. And the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this opposite. If you were working at home, you should be pulling this towards you. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the top design to this. I'm going to start with one right down the middle and one to each side of it, Just pulling that right in beside it. Remember, you don't want to go over the top of a wide part of the wax because it's already cooling down. And then we're going to bring it in around the sides and one just above that. See how it's bringing out the pink in our flower already? We're doing the other side. And the other thing that I am going to simply do is just to do dots all the way around it now. And we're just dotting that. And you're going to reload your dots each and every time so that you keep them consistent in size. But see, isn't that pretty already? That just adds so much to this design. And then I just took mine and I put the same design on the back side, and then I put some green kind of fleur-de-lis in between the two spaces. Okay, so we have our dots on, and then what I did is I came in with the green. I wanted a little bit more leaves, and the leaves on that the other part were too big on the mold, so I'm adding my own with wax, and we're just going to add some green to it. Just pull it off of there just to add some leaves to that. And then I'm going to go over to my dandelion, and we're just going to do some highlighted dots just to make that even pop some more. Alright, isn't that really, really pretty and cute? I just think these are so much fun. And I'll bring the other one over. We put them on both sides, and then in the middle I did the dot first, and then do your designs, either kind of a fleur-de-lis, only added one more layer, and it's just filling the area up between the two of those on both sides. And sometimes when you're trying to get your pattern pulled over, I will find this and I will mark it to this side in the same way here, so that I know right here is my middle of this area to keep it straight across from your egg gourd. But I hope you had fun, and I love adding this texture to our Easter egg gourds. I just think it makes them that much cuter and nicer. So if you have any questions about anything you did today, about the process, please email me at art@miriamjoy.com, or for any of the tools or QuikWood that we use today, please visit my website at miriamjoy.com. There's also a Facebook link from there. You don't have to be a member. I post a new gourd or Easter egg, or there's always a contest going on when the holidays are around to make it a little bit more fun for you. And also, there is a YouTube video link if you happen to pick this one up and haven't realized that there's a bunch of them out there, and we're continuously trying to get you new ones for each holiday season so that you can have fun with this process and do things at a reasonable cost for you as well. So thank you so much for joining me today, and let me know if you had fun. God bless.